How do you deal with negative thoughts? So, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to go about this, and I can only speak from personal experience. I would come from a skinny background, very insecure, and lacked confidence in myself. The things that you need to consider is number one, you need to understand that your mind, your brain, is watching you 24/7. So, when you're alone behind closed doors, your mind is watching you. When you're alone driving in your car, your actions, your thoughts, your mind is watching you and taking notice of how you respond to your own life. Number two, God is always watching you. He's watching your behavior, He's watching your thoughts, He's watching your actions and energy. He's taking notice of how you are treating your life. Now, you're going to be spoken to through your own conscience if you're living the correct path or not. The way you know this is pretty simple. You're not going to be feeling very good. You will be bombarded with negative thoughts. You will know. In fact, we always know. It's just some of us are willing to look at it head on and face it, and some of us just keep escaping with drugs, alcohol, and overconsumption of food. You need to be honest. You need to pay attention to what's actually happening here. Look at your weaknesses. Be honest about it. Call yourself out. And from there, that's when you can change. When I was very skinny, I had to call myself skinny, and I had to look at myself in the mirror and say to myself, I'm not the person that I want to be right now. And from there, I was able to put one foot in front of the other and change that reality. But that would never happen. I would never be able to change that reality if I never admitted the truth. And the truth was, I was not happy with how I looked. You need to do that to yourself. You need to understand that these little things that you miss, they are what make all the difference in the world. Do you keep your room clean? Do you make your bed when you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up early? Do you work out consistently? Do you take care of your body in terms of how you feed yourself? Do you have the discipline to not overeat? Do you consume alcohol as a way to escape your reality? Do you have these vices of video games, playing excessively to escape the way that you feel about yourself? These are all things that you need to pay attention to, and a lot of us don't. And that's exactly why we remain stuck. And that's exactly why you need to be honest. You need to call yourself out. And at first, it's gonna suck, man. You're not gonna wanna do it. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but that's what's going to elicit that change. The world is not as it is. The world is exactly how you are. That is my favorite quote. And all you have to realize is if you're living in a negative manner, your actions are not in alignment with the outcome that you want, then don't be surprised why you're not there yet. But that's the thing. You can change it. You can change your actions today. You could change your actions from you skipping the gym, using food as your escape, and you could flip it. You could start to be like, today's the day I'm going to start getting disciplined. I'm going to get myself a program, and I'm going to start today. And that's all it takes, you guys. It takes a simple decision that a man makes, whereas he's going to put one foot in front of the other and he's going to start today. He's not going to put it off any longer. And that's when you could change. Guys, it's the best feeling in the world when you look back at your life to where you are currently and you could see that level of growth that took place all because of a simple decision that you made that you're never going to go back. You're never going to take that back step. You're not going to be escaping your reality with these vices. You're going to own up to it, and you're going to start. And that's all I did, you guys. I just got in the best shape of my life. And from there, my mind started to take notice of me eating correctly, me hitting the gym, and me waking up early. And my mind started to see that I was a winner. And when your mind starts to see that you're a winner, your mind starts to actually become on your side and give you those positive thoughts. The reason why you're having negative thoughts is because you are fighting against yourself, because your actions are not in alignment with the man that you wish to be. At first, when you start on this journey, your mind, you're going to be working against yourself. You're going to be your worst enemy. But listen, as you stick it out, as you remain disciplined, as you keep sticking to the course, you keep doing what needs to get done every single day, regardless of how you feel, your mind starts to take notice of this, and you start to gain confidence, you start to look better, and your thoughts start to change because your actions are speaking for you. See, that's everybody's biggest problem is they'll say one thing, but their actions are doing another. That is not how this works. The only representation of your character is going to be your actions. It's going to be how you conduct yourself on a daily basis. Your actions are going to do the talking, not your mouth. Actions speak louder than words. We all know this. So why is no one conducting themselves in this manner? It's because we're lying to ourselves and escaping that lie, escaping that reality with these vices of drinking, video games, overconsumption of food. That's the problem. Step 1, call yourself out. Step 2, get yourself a personal development program that prioritizes you getting in the best shape of your life. And that's it, man. That's how you change. And that's all I did. And from there, I was able to just completely transform my mindset. And that's all it takes, man. It takes you just being honest with yourself, having that accountability with yourself, and then from there, that's when you can change. The day a man stops learning is the day the man stops living. Our egos are our biggest enemy. You cannot think that you know everything. I still think that I don't know everything, but it's that very thing that keeps me learning, that keeps me growing, because I know I'm always going to be a student to this game, but I'm always going to take notice of what it took to get me to this point and what I need to continue to do to keep me progressing. And that's all it is. Be honest with yourself. Keep holding your word on the littlest tasks. Check off every single box. And that is where you could start to prove to yourself that you matter. Prove to yourself that you love who you are. Prove to yourself that you're grateful for this life, and you're doing so with your actions. It's one thing to say that you're grateful to be alive, and it's another to act in that manner. And the people who are in shape, the people who wake up early, the people who hold their word on the small things, they're the ones who are truly grateful for this life. That's how you're supposed to conduct yourself. It's not a matter of speech, it's a matter of action. Show yourself, show your people how you act, how you live. And from there, by you leading by example, your whole life changes.